Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amalia Putri with students number 2321-22104. And here I'm gonna explain about the production of sounds. First, sounds and their production. There are a few groups of sounds that categorize it by depending on the criteria that we use. And first is oral and nasal sounds. Oral and nasal sounds are sounds from the passage through which the airstream from the lungs goes out. Oral sounds are sounds that produce through our mouth, like produced by having the airstream pass through the oral capacity. And the nasal sounds are sounds that produce with the airstream going out through the nose. For example, from oral sounds are p, s, and for example, from the nasal sounds are m, n, m. Okay, next, consonant. Consonants are produced by having certain parts of the mouth in contact with certain other parts. For example, like b, t, g. Next, vowel sounds. Vowel sounds are produced without obstruction by any part of the mouth, but instead by having the airstream flow out smoothly through the mouth. For example, E as in the word feet, and U as in the word food, etc. Sounds has a set of distinctive features. First, it can be produced in front of part or at the back part of the mouth. When it produced in front of part of the mouth, it's called anterior, and when it produced at the back part of the mouth, it's called interior. Second, a sound can also be made with vocal fold vibrating, making a sound voice. Next, I'm gonna explain about the production of consonant. In the production of consonant, the parts of the mouth involved are the tongue, the lips, the teeth, the tooth ridge, the palate, the velum, and the uvula. They are called the point of articulation. The point of articulation, it can be first, bilabial sounds. Labial has meaning as B is two and labial is lips. So labial sounds are when the two lips are put together. For example, when we made the sound P, when we made the P sound, the upper and the lower lips are tightly in contact, like put together. Next, labial-dental sounds. Labial-dental. As we know that labial is lips and dental is teeth. So labial-dental sounds are when we produce sounds, we can feel that the lower lips is in touch with the tips of upper teeth. For example, when we made F sounds and sound. Interdental sounds. Interdental sounds are produced by having a small part of the tip of the tongue between the teeth and then withdrawing it. Next, alveovolatile sounds. Alveovolatile sounds are parts of the tongue just behind the tip, is in the area of the hard palate, slightly further back from the alveolar ridge. And next are velar sounds. Velar sounds are the back parts of the tongue which touches the area called the velum at the back part of the palate. And last are glottal. Glottal sounds are the sounds is produced with no constriction, but it behaves like a consonant in that consonants usually occupy. Next, alveolar sounds. Alveolar sounds are produced when the parts of the mouth which are in contact, or the tip of tongue, and the ridge behind the upper teeth, called alveolar ridge. So that's why the sounds called alveolar sounds. Last, glottal sounds. Glottal sounds are produced with no constriction, but it behaves like a consonant in that occupies a position where consonants usually occupy. Now I'm going to explain about the manners of the articulation, or how the air is released when producing a certain sounds. First, plosive or stop. Second, fricative. Characteristic which separates stop and fricatives is that fricatives can be produced continuously while stops not. And third, applicates, or combining the production of the stops and the fricatives. 4. Lateral. Lateral are produced by having the blade of the tongue touch the area slightly behind the alveolar ridge. Next, I'm going to explain about the production of clusters. The term cluster is usually used to refer to two or more consonants placed one after the other. The two or more consonants must belong to the same syllable. Next, I'm going to explain about the production of vowels. The parameters for the vowel productions are: first, the height of the tongue; second, the position of the tongue; third, the rounding of the lips; and last, in some cases it may be necessary to consider the fourth parameter, namely tense last. Next, I'm going to explain about the production of diphthongs. A diphthong is a combination of two vowels which meets the following requirements. First, the vowel must belong to the same syllable. Second, the stronger stress falls on the first vowels. Occasionally, we also have triphthongs, that is a combination of three vowels within a syllable.